What's going on, party people? We're back again. How you doing, Sean and Nick? We're
Hello.
Way the Bear podcast. Chris couldn't make it tonight. He's been working his butt off with his job. We're gonna get him back one of these days, though. He's still part of the team. He's just busy as hell, so we're gonna get him back. But he's gotta make that money, you know. So, anyways, we got Nick though, and that's all we need. I can't do it by myself. I tried. It's hard. It's hard talking to just like a TV screen, you know, or talking to like a microphone by yourself.
Yeah, well, there's a slight level of sanity to that.
I did it once. I did it once when Chris was like, "I can't do it," and I was like, "I really wanted to get an episode recorded," and I was just like, "All right, what can I talk about? Like that doesn't require people to like talk back to me, you know." So I'm like, man, how does like who does it? Bill Burr. He does a show on his own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he doesn't talk. He doesn't have anybody on there. Just talks for like an hour and a half, 2 hours on his own. Who else? One other dude. Gosh, just right on my tip of my tongue. Oh, hold on here. Who was it? Bill Burr. Oh, Norm Macdonald. I think that like for some reason those guys have podcasts that they just sit and talk, and they can just talk about it. I mean, they got stories and stuff to talk about, but it's weird not to have like a producer or somebody to talk to. Like if I had somebody producing and like where I could bounce back different things to them, I could do it. Joe Rogan did it. Like he did a lot of like his early on days. He did that, but he had a producer to talk to. So it's not like he had like a guest on all the time, but now he always has a guest on. But earlier in the days, he had like a producer, Red Band, which is like his dysfunctional. He's a real screwed up guy. I don't know if you ever heard any of the early Joe.
I really haven't.
Early Joe Rogan days are very, very raw, but you kind of see how like it evolved into something now so well polished now. I would love to have a guy off to the side running everything, and just say, hey, pull up that thing on the website, and he's instantly got it, and then he pulls it. Oh, okay, and then you talk about it. That would be awesome. I would love to just have somebody edit my stuff for me.
We could probably work something out where we can figure something out to have one of us be the YouTube music guy to pull stuff up.
So I wish that YouTube would be so much more lenient on music. Like I wish you could play it. Like I wish you could like give you like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But they don't do that shit. Like anything. They don't even want you playing like other YouTube clips from other people, which I think is kind of weird. Yeah. Like they're real finicky about stuff, like talking about like this is understandable, but like harming individuals even sometimes they don't like talking like kids or animals and stuff. They'll demonetize you about that stuff. I mean they're getting real sensitive about stuff, which I get. But if you're just talking about a news story and you're talking about like a car accident or something and some kid is involved, you're just delivering news.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be penalized for that, No. It's one thing if you're showing like violence or something on TV on your channel, then sure. It's because they're trying to clean it up. They want to make it all like friendly for kids. Because when you look, I'll have to show you sometime. I'll just give you access to. I've already let Chris have access, but just to the channel, so you can just click under. You can just switch your user under Google. You can switch it to. Like Way of the Bear, and you can do everything you want. You can see how many listens or how many watches we've had. You can edit stuff. You can change titles of something, but you can also see there's something at the bottom where it says, "Is this just before you publish something?" It says, "Is this suitable for children?" And so it's like you have swear words and something. That's obviously not going to be that suitable, but you can just either click it or don't click it. And I think they if it's like no swear words or anything, then they want you to click that or whatever, and it makes them happy. I guess I don't know. Trying to get a little too happy go friendly, but I mean sometimes being funny requires you being kind of dirty.
Yes, it does.
So it's like you got to kind of pick your battles, I guess. That's neither here nor there. That's a great rant to start off with. What's new, man? Life's been going crazy lately. We haven't done a podcast in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. I've been a little busy. We actually bought a pop-up last week, pop-up camper.
Dude.
Made the transition from tent camping. We've done that for like 5 or 6 years now, and decided we've been wanting to get a pop-up for a little while now.
What do you have to? What do you guys have to pull it?
Actually, I have a 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe, and that was actually one of the problems was the max was 2,300 on that thing for tow weight. A lot of modern pop-ups won't match that. Like it's more than that usually.
Really?
We found an older one that it's 1995, 2 previous owners, and it's in really good shape. We could have literally taken it off the person that we bought it, taken down to the campsite, and just stayed all weekend. It would have been perfect.
A 95, really that old and that shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, like they've never repainted it. There's like one crack they've had to repair, and it's all the original canopy and everything. It's
so
actually
cool.
in really good condition. Yeah, we lucked out.
Yeah, hell yeah. You get a good deal on it?
Yeah, there's a couple little repairs here and there, but it's nothing major. It's something I'll tackle over the wintertime. Just pull it in the garage and pull it apart.
Is it the one that has like what size beds? 2 queens on both sides? A queen on both sides?
1 queen, 1 full.
Okay.
So.
She's messing with you, isn't she?
Yes.
Hi, Melissa.
He's saying hi.
Yeah, she can't hear me.
No, she can't. But she'll say hi. Today is actually our 5-year anniversary too. So.
Oh my gosh, Nick, why did you agree to doing this today? You said you could do it yesterday. Why didn't we just do it yesterday?
I didn't have my headset in yet.
Oh, you didn't order
it. It came in finally. Everything's like a day late this week. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's
which I found out that I probably will get my new trailer hitch completely free because they it's supposed to be in today at the last minute, and now they're like, oh well, it didn't come in today, so contact us tomorrow and we'll refund it for you. Okay. I was like, I didn't know that was an option. I didn't know that they would.
That's weird.
Give your money back if it doesn't get back or doesn't get to you in time.
But you still get to keep it if it shows up. So wow. Yeah, that's cool. So okay, pop up trailer, man. Those things are awesome. They're cooler because you can you don't have to worry about that huge freaking mobile home behind you.
No.
Like swaying in the wind. I'm always afraid of having that thing catch air or something and start floating. You got that so much more compact.
Yeah, it's.
We need a full. Interesting.
Yeah,
that's still plenty. I mean, a full size bed and just camping is perfect.
Well, Friday night, me and the boys slept in it, and the oldest Lucas, he's 14 and he's dang near my height. He slept in the full side. And then Grace and I took the queen side, of course. And the only complaint we had was we've got to get new mattresses. We might as well just been sleeping on a hardwood floor.
Those mattresses tend to be pretty crappy. I mean, you could probably get some couple-inch memory foam to help it, but I don't know. Is it better?
That's what a lot of people do. Actually, they buy the 3-inch or 4-inch memory foam topper and just put it in there.
Those get instead of the mattress or on top of the mattress.
Yeah. Either or, depending on what your how much clearance you have when you crush your camper down.
Yeah, you definitely man. I don't know. I like memory foam, but it sleeps warm usually. Yeah, and just being at 4 inches of memory foam seems like I feel like I couldn't move properly. Almost like you're stuck in molasses or something. I don't know. Maybe I'd try it. I don't know. There was a girl that I was seeing for a little bit, and she had I think it was a 2 or 3 inch on her bed, and that wasn't bad. I think it was about 2 inch, and you lay down that, you're just out. But then you wake up, and if you have to move or something, you almost kind of I feel like I can't move.
Yeah, we've got a memory foam mattress, and I love it. Lucas has one. Yeah. And Lucas has one, and now Grayson tonight decided to tell us, I don't like my bed because it's not as comfortable as your bed. So we're like, oh, great. Now he wants a memory foam. That's wonderful. You're 3.
He's getting bougie already.
Uh-huh.
I got a bed when I moved into my last apartment. It was a while before I had a hand-me-down that was garbage. But I wanted to get one of those purple beds. I was on the I was so close to pulling the trigger on that because they were running a deal. I was just about to pull the trigger. It was like a middle of the range one of theirs. It wasn't like their high end one, but they were offering like one of the pillows, and they were offering, I think they were offering pillows and sheets for free.
Oh wow!
Or it was a buy one get one free. Like you bought the sheets, you got pillow free, or whatever, vice versa. And I was like, sweet, that's awesome. And so I'm like, let's do it. And like when I finally went to go pull the trigger, that deal stopped. And everything went up. And I was like, oh my God, that makes me so mad. And because I'm like, I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel like it was a good enough value.
We got ours off of Amazon.
Yeah, I got mine off of Amazon too. It was okay. Mine was cheap too. It's an individual coil spring. It's not memory foam. It's all right. I mean, I sleep comfortably in it.
Yeah. I got spoiled with the memory foam. Melissa had one when we started dating, and that's been it since then. I love that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah.
I've heard mixed things about that. But yeah, putting memory foam on camping would probably be pretty sweet, especially if you had even if you just had memory foam on the ground, like if you had to camp on on a tent or something.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
But yeah, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll get all the parts in to make it legal on my car because technically right now I can not drive it because I don't have the cables to hook up the brake lights and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So once I get that in, then hopefully we'll go away for a weekend.
That'd be sweet, man. Hey, you want to head down south, man? Come on down.
Yeah. Well, actually, that could be a very real possibility.
They've got a, what is it? In Nashville, they've got a KOA or whatever. I'm sure that you fit in there.
We're part of the KOA group. Like we like to go there because they're the nicer ones are very family friendly. So it's really nice. Like the last one we went to in Kentucky, when I was trying to meet up with you that last time, when we went to Kentucky, it was a KOA site, and we never had to leave the campsite. Like everything was there. Like there was a restaurant, there was groceries, there was boating, there was swimming, playground.
Damn.
It was really nice. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then see, I've been looking at some tents. It gets hot as heck down here, so that's why I'm like, I don't want to even think about camping until like the end of September, going into October. Yeah. It'll be so hot. Like, I mean, man, I don't remember like last couple days it's been like 90 degrees, and I don't remember it feeling like 110. Like it felt like it was like over 100 degrees instead of 90 degrees. Because I'm like, man, how hot is it? And then look at like your car thermometer, it says 90. I'm like, it doesn't seem like it, man. It just seems higher than that. And I don't know what that is. I mean, I know I'm chubby, but I mean,
we're getting older. It's too hot. It's too cold.
Probably. That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah, we've been having that 90-degree weather too, and unfortunately, my where I work at, our AC there does not keep up at all, and so it's been a constant 80 degrees in the office, and then you go out to the warehouse, and it's close to what the temperature is outside.
Yeah,
it's just
the old place I worked at, it was a warehouse, and they had zero AC. They had fans that they had the big ass fans on the ceiling. You ever seen those? They're actually called big ass fans. There's a company called Big Ass Fans.
Yeah.
These weren't those, awesome. but they're basically the same thing. But they're huge. They're like 20-foot long blades. They do. Awesome. If you're right below it, it does okay. You gotta blow your shit around a little bit. But if you're off kilter to it, like we had like a lot of them all over the ceilings. But man, what I think they needed to do was they had no cross ventilation. We had dock doors, but like they didn't always keep them open because they're like, oh, we keep it shut. It says cooler here. There's like a little bit of truth to that, I think. But if they had, I always said like they had like these little louvers up at top. I think they stuck a big ass fan right in that and sucked out everything. And then on the other side of the store, they were bringing in fresh air.
Make a
nice cross breeze. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that would have dropped probably like 20 degrees, I bet, if they'd done that. Because I mean, it gets up and like there's a couple times when if the heat index reached 100, like we got bonus breaks or everything was longer. Like your work day was basically shorter because of all the extra breaks, a little bit extra lunch, and they'd supply like the little icy pops to help cool you down, and they made sure that nobody passed out. We only had like in the time that I worked there, they only had one girl pass out,
Jeez.
and she just kind of like, yeah, I'm like just fell straight over.
Oh,
And like they're like, man, lucky she didn't hit her head on anything because she was by like it was like a moving table that like she could have hit her head on something, busted her head open. Luckily she didn't. But there's a couple of times when you're in there and you're like, man, it's hot. Like I'm getting a little overheated. And they're always like, if you feel like you're gonna pass out, no job's worth doing that, like dying for. So like if you feel like you're getting a little hot, just come to us, say, hey man, I need 10 minutes to cool down. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And so they're always pretty cool about that.
Excuse me. Yeah, when I lived in Texas, I worked at a sign factory, and guaranteed in that factory, 20 degrees hotter than it was outside. And I mean, when I first moved down there, I kid you not, 3 weeks straight, it never dropped below 95 degrees, even at nighttime, for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. But hey.
Man. Yeah, you're right. It's Texas. Man, there was a place that I worked at when I was in Rockford. It was the last time I had in Rockford at Gleason. And the place that I worked in had like half of it had air and the other half was no air. And the one side was like kind of like the business end. There's a couple offices and everything that had air. The whole building, granted, the whole building had air. But on my area, the little part all the way to the back, no air. And I guess the reason they said that they didn't put air in there for so long was because it wasn't always that department. It used to be heat treat. So they used to heat treat tools in there. They said if you talk to some of the old timers that had the heat treat that were back on the heat treat end, dude, they say it got up to like 150 degrees in there. They have garage doors that go all the way around. They said in the middle of the winter, they'd have every door open, and it would still be hot as hell. It would still be like summertime.
Horrible.
They said it was so hot, and they eventually brought the heat treat out into the main like floor, and like it's in the air conditioning, like a more air conditioned area now. It doesn't get nearly as hot for some reason. I don't know why. The technology just must have gotten better or something. But
man, that's horrible.
Yeah, and then if you look at the ceiling, like they went where they had it painted, and you see like these huge like paint curls. It would get so hot in there, the ceiling would just start buckling the paint, and it gets crazy. And you're like, hey, I'm like, well, put some air in there now, because now they have their stripping tools with like chemicals and stuff, and all those things get crazy hot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like, man, you gotta have some air. I don't know why they have never got air. Maybe they have now. I'll have to talk. I've got a couple people that still live there or still work there. I'll just see if they ever got air back there. They're like, hell no.
We don't have that.
Speaking of camping, though, before we move on to other stuff, have you seen that tent? You were talking earlier about the kick-ass blackout tent you had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go do some research on it. If you sell it for a decent price, I'm about to snatch it from you. Because I'm looking for a really good durable tent that is roomy. Could you stand up in that pretty well?
Sure. Yeah. It's. I think at the top part, it's like a 6'5", 6'4" clearance.
Holy cow! You said it could sleep with 10 people. That's huge.
Yeah, it sleeps 10 people.
That's
There's
awesome.
2 big doors that you can unzip. You can either do one or you can do both of them and unzip them that kind of way.
Cross ventilation technically.
No, I mean like just to get in, there's just one huge doorway you can come in. But there's all kinds of little pockets and like that are built in that you don't even have to mess with, and it utilizes the cross breeze. Like we never got hot in that tent, and we were in Kentucky for a week in July.
Wow.
So,
wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the week before the 4th of July. We were down there.
That was the one that I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Man, next time we'll have to plan for it better.
Yes.
Well,
next time we'll probably actually come closer to Nashville.
Yeah, well,
honestly.
whatever works. Whatever. I still, even if I camped out in Nashville, it'd be still fun
Yeah.
just to get away from the hustle bustle. What was I gonna say? I was looking into like seeing how much like the little portable air conditioners for tents,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find anything really worth like while. It didn't seem like.
Honestly, if you search for um, camping ACs, like specifically search for camping ones,
Yeah,
it should pull up something pretty cool because I know a lot of the RV sites they have some pretty cool ones on them too.
really.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
if you
don't know
should.
how big they are or anything like that, but I know there's some good ones out there.
I don't even care if it's just one that sits like 2 feet from my head, just
Hmm.
to keep my head cool.
Hmm.
And that's all I need. As long as I'm not sweating out of my head, I should be okay. But like the ones I saw, some of them were kind of cool. You filled up like the reservoir and you froze it, so like
Hmm.
you had a big old ice chunk in the back, and the
Hmm.
fan would just suck the cold air right out. That's a cool
It's
idea,
called
but
Swamp Fan.
yeah, exactly. But so that's kind of a cool idea, as long as
Hmm.
it's not so freaking hot it melts the ice in like 10 minutes. Like you gotta isolate, you gotta cool the ice to keep the
Yeah.
ice cold.
No, I mean this is going to be our first time with the pop-up having AC when we go camping, so that'll be a luxury item for
Oh my
us.
gosh, totally. I'd bury that thing in 55 degrees and just be like shivering, but I'm just like, I ain't gonna wake up cold. I ain't gonna wake up hot.
Well, I had the night that the boys and I stayed in there, I had a box fan that was probably like 3 feet away from Grayson and
Yeah,
I. And it got down to 72 degrees at night. I woke up at one point in time shivering because it was blowing so much air on me. I was like, okay, bad idea. The poor
yeah.
Grayson just kept on like nestling up next to me. He's like, stop moving. Poor little
Yeah,
guy.
at night, it's weird how like it gets so cold without you realize
Hmm.
that. Even
Hmm.
though it doesn't seem like if you're awake, you probably wouldn't think it was that cold. But
Yeah.
you're just sleeping. You're just like, whoa! You wake up and you're freezing. Last night, I had to do that. I had two fans going. I woke up freezing my butt off. I had to turn on both, and I was like, hey. We also had the AC going, but like the AC is messed up in my room. And the homeowner's trying to get it figured out, but he's got to like hire like a guy to come out and take a look at it or something. 'Cause, like
That's awesome.
my room is like 10 degrees warmer than everywhere else. Like I'll go downstairs and it'll be like 65, and then upstairs in my room is like 75. Like, ugh.
That's when I lived in a loft, like upstairs above a garage. It always was hot in there, no
That
matter
makes
what.
sense. I mean, I am right above the garage, so that's
Yeah,
dang.
because depending on what kind of insulation he has underneath, it ain't gonna matter how much he
Yeah,
pumps in there.
I have no idea. There's two vents. One of them, if you're standing by it, you feel it pretty well, and then the other side, you barely feel that
Nothing.
damn thing. Yeah, and that's closer to the wall, the outside wall. I don't know. But I'm like, he's like, man, I can buy one of those AC, like portable AC units if it gets too hot up there. Well, dude, don't waste your money on that. We paid
Yeah.
$300 for one of those things. The
Oh
guy
yeah.
that was in here before, he had one because he always complained how hot it was. He's like, oh, it's so hot in here. You're not gonna like being in this room. I'm like, dude, I can make it cooler by fans. I want the
Yeah.
space. I mean, I have
Really
like so
roomy.
much space. I basically have a studio apartment now. So I mean, that's what I kind of like. Spread out. I bought a little love seat that goes like right in front of my bed. So it's like I have like it's kind of cut off. I have a little living room, like the bedroom, and then I have like where I'm sitting here. It's kind of cool. This little like corner.
Hmm.
It makes a cool little like 3-dimensional type thing. But this is like the little nook that I showed that I sent on a messenger or the
Oh yeah.
little podcast nook. And then I've got like over here to my left, I've got my record station where I still need to get that organized. I need to find another. I had a power cord. I had 3 power cords, and now I can only find 2. So I'm like, I need a power cord for that because I want like 3 things hooked up to that I can just flip a switch on. Because like the preamp on it never shuts off. You just plug it in, and there's
Oh
no
wow.
off switch. You got to either unplug it or flip a switch on it somewhere else, like you can plug it in something. So I'm like, okay. But then I also have like a little like I can do 2 ways on the turntable, which is cool. It was a side rant. I want to get back. And one other thing I want to talk about camping real quick. But I have like a little tube. It's like a little tube amp for headphones, so I can listen to like records on headphones. It has a little volume. It's pretty cool. If it's closer, I can go get it, but I'll get it. I'll show it some other time. So I can hook that up to the preamp, and then like if I want to like just listen to records on my, I almost want to get like a little comfortable chair that'll sit, or even like a stool, like those little like guitar stools, or like they're like 2.5 feet off the ground kind of thing.
Yeah.
You say like Guitar Center or something. I want to get one of those. That way I can just kind of chill out, and we're real close to switching over records and stuff. So then you can also listen to your headphones. Yeah. Well, I also have a long ass RCA cable that runs, like you can run it along the wall, and it'll go hook up to the main stereo too. So you have your option. And so I like that about the preamp on there. There's one where it has a preamp in, you can preamp it in, or you take the other one and preamp it out. And so you can have the versatility of headphones or main stereo.
Nice. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, my setup, like I've said, is fairly simple. It's just a Bose 321 system. Because right now with Grayson, if it's a button, he's going to push it. I'm not about to bring my Denon system up here.
Exactly. You got a couple more years, so you'll understand.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep him like, hey, this, don't touch, break, ouch.
He knows not to touch the records. There's 2 spots where the records sit, and he knows not to touch those.
Nice.
I'm happy with that. That's the only thing that's off limits. Everything else, whatever, dude.
So he wants to be a little shit one day. I'm like, ow.
I know. I waited for that moment where I walk into the living room and like all my third man is just spread out. And he's like, look what I did.
He got scissors somehow. I want you to call them faces. Yeah. Oh my god, that was $500.
Yeah, it'd be like right after I get like the Thunderbolt blunderbuss that I want or whatever. Like no,
get one of those super like limited edition like tricolor ones that you never see for sale. Oh,
I'm sorry. What, honey?
Manchester is away from him.
How far is Manchester, Tennessee from you?
About 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes south-ish.
Okay, here you go.
That's where Bonnaroo is.
Oh, okay. That's where Bonnaroo is, he says. Okay. Yeah.
I think Bonnaroo's canceled this year.
Yes, it is. That got canceled this year.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah. She said there's a KOA near there that's supposed to be really nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top what? Well, the top rated in the nation for KOA.
Oh, cool.
Oh, for all campgrounds, not just KOA.
Damn.
Excuse me.
That's awesome.
That's prestigious.
It is.
So what was your other camping question?
I was going to ask you if you've ever seen, looking at tents, I contemplated looking into getting one of these, but it requires a 2 payment system, basically. You have to buy 2 different things in order for that to work. They work together. Have you ever seen, I know you have, you go to like an art fair, you know how they have all the booths, they have those little awnings that they're under? You can buy an insert. Have you ever seen that? A tent insert where it attaches to it and everything, and so you have this huge like house, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are so expensive.
Yes,
the insert things are so, they're $500 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that'd be sweet to have because you have so much room, you have so much headspace, and like you could just like live in there for like a week.
I mean, for a decent tent anymore, you can get. Well, let me rephrase this. You can get some really nice tents for about $100 because honestly, Ozark Trail from Walmart, they actually do make a really good product. Like we've never had any problems with any of our Ozark Trail tents. They've always held up. And we've put them, like when we went to Kentucky, we went through 2 really big storms. And our fault, the first night, part of it collapsed down. I didn't have one of the strings tight enough. I thought I did. And there was something hanging from the skeleton work on the inside that we didn't know we had still hanging there when we walked out of the tent. And so when the wind came in, it blew it down.
Oh.
But Nothing got damaged. It kept everything dry. It was kind of nice.
Was it one of those? How is it to put up? Is it the ones where you lay out all the rods? Or they're all connected?
It's all connected in little there's like a wrapper around where the joints are. So then that way it bends and you collapse it up. Like it collapses up like an umbrella, and then you put it into the case. It's got wheels.
Oh my God, dude.
And basically you pull it out and you have to unroll it, and then you stake one end, pull, go around. You usually have to have two people to do it. You can do it by yourself, but it's not the easiest. You have two people where one person just holds onto it and keeps it anchored on one side while you already have staked the other side, and you go around, you pop up all your poles, stake them down, you're done.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, it's really awesome. Nice.
I remember that one did you have it or did Ken have it? It was that Coleman that was a quick pop up too.
That was us.
Yeah, that was sweet. Whatever.
That was us.
Did that not end up being that great or what?
That one got lost in the fire of 2010 that took out our garage.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about that.
Basically that was my classic vinyl collection there too. I had probably 400 to 500 classic vinyls, like my mom's, my dad's, my older cousins,
oh my God,
aunts and uncles, all that kind of stuff. Like I probably had first run of all the Zeppelins, all that kind of stuff.
Oh
my one cousin who's like 15 years older than me, he spent some, well, actually he's 20 years older than me. He spent some money on his record collection, and he's like, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But no, it got lost in the fire. We love that tent. That was a great tent.
They still sell it. It's still available.
Yeah.
I saw it like in the listing of the Amazon thing. Yeah. But like Coleman, I like the one. But
I like Coleman products. That's what we usually buy. I mean, our camper actually happens to be one of the Coleman series.
Nice.
So
they make good shit.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get I've been trying to find. My parents bought some Coleman chairs, like camping chairs, years ago, and they've now been lost. But they were the most comfortable chairs ever. And I keep on trying to find them. I can't find them. Like I don't know if they stopped making them or what. I don't know what brand model. I don't know what model they were or what. But
Coleman makes some really good ones now too. I actually just bought them for my dad last year before we all met up in Kentucky, and I bought them for his birthday or Father's Day. I bought him new camping chairs because he got a C-Class RV, and he's like, I don't have any outside chairs, so I sent them to him for his birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really nice. I wish I would have bought them for myself.
The ones they had, because I ended up, they had like 4. I think when I moved out, I stole 2 of them, and like you could sit in them and like lounge back and like stick a leg like over one of the arms and like kind of lay like that, and they were high up on the corners, so you could like rest your head there without like having your head hidden back. And I bought this.
Exactly which one you're talking about.
And like on your legs, it didn't cut into your legs. For some reason, it was real soft on there. It never cut into your legs. Like all the cheap ones, I'll sit down in it and like I like feel like I'm like straight jacket or something, and like it cuts out right at your legs on your thighs, and it's just like, oh, this is not comfortable.
I got one of those ones where the table flips up from the side.
Yeah,
and I love that thing, but it's not very portable.
Is it like a director's chair one?
No, it sets up like a director's chair, but it's short like a normal camping chair.
Okay.
And it's got a little table that pops up on the side, and it's nice and all, but it's still like when you go to collapse it, it's still, what is that, 3 feet by 3 feet? And it's a solid frame, so it's like you can't. It was always kind of cumbersome to take camping.
That's very similar to what I'm sitting on right now. Let's see if I can kind of angle it though. It's a camping. It's like a director's chair.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
And it has a little side. It has like a little side, little half table too. I can put up. That's all right. Like it's all right if you're. It's not a lounging chair to me. It's a sitting up if you're gonna eat dinner. But like if you try to lounge back, the back is really low. Like the back is really low on my back.
That's what I hate about
that. Can't do any kind of lounging.
Yeah.
I want a high back, like wide. Not like it doesn't have to be for like a fat guy, but like this one is rated for like 600 freaking pounds or something.
That's, oh God.
I saw that. I was like, holy shit! I'm like, I ain't reaching that anytime soon. But I'm just like, good to know you can like use it to beat somebody's head in or something. Yeah, it's like that thick, like what you're saying. It's that thick tubular steel. But yeah, when you blow it up, it's just like that's it.
Yeah,
you gotta like hold on to it, all cumbersome and shit.
Yeah, but hey, we got the camper now, so maybe we can have no problem with that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So, but anyways,
let's see. Should we run through any complaint? We can bring back old school topics. Do you have any complaints this week? Something that's really bothered you that you're like want to get off your chest? Make a stop at the old complaint bank. We're gonna have a little. See if I had a producer. If I had a producer, you edit the little.
No, I don't know. I guess the only thing, and it's not really a complaint, it's just a notice of life. Radio stations, they use these, like pre-recorded, like this is blah 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 for blah 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 blah. I love it when radio stations use artists in that situation that they would never actually play.
Yeah.
Like one of the stations I listen to all the time, they have Billie Eilish came on doing the whole COVID announcement, everything like that. I'm like, you have yet to ever play one Billie Eilish song. But you'll play all the other people that copied her, but you won't play her.
That's funny. Just because it's a big name and oh my gosh, I'm gonna listen to her. She's talking about COVID.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like
that
observation.
What I hate about that, I'm gonna piggyback a little bit on that. I hate running radio stations when there's a big band coming to town. That you all of a sudden start hearing that music all the time. Like, motherfucker, why are you playing them all the time? Because they got great music, but now they're like coming in a month. Now we're gonna ramp up and play all their songs. Like, I hate that, man. It's like, dude, you have some balls. I want somebody to run a freaking radio station that does not have to follow that norm of like, money talks, and if people pay, you gotta every hour you flip on the same damn song.
Yeah, that's where internet radio came into play. I mean, that's where you get that freedom.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much. Oh, it's so aggravating. I wish that I would like to make the jump to satellite radio if it was a little cheaper. I mean, they do run some good specials. Like you can get like, if you complain enough, you can get up to like 6 months free. Or whatever. And like if you complain, I've had a friend, he actually did. They give you like the 3 months or whatever. And then when you get closer to 3 months again, you just kind of like, you talk to them and say, I'm thinking about maybe just quitting. They're like, well, what if we give you 3 more? Would that maybe lock you in? And then they kind of not lock you in for like the next 6 months or whatever on a automatic subscription, which, whatever. I mean, you got a whole year for the price of half,
Yeah.
But like, have you ever listened to like satellite radio much? I mean, they got some good stations on there.
In-laws have satellite radio in some of their vehicles, and whenever I've driven them, it's been fun to listen to satellite and stuff like that. But
every once in a while, I've got satellite capability in my car. Every once in a while, if I happen to accidentally push that button or something, I might fall upon like a free weekend or whatever. And I'm like, sweet, because like the program station on it is awesome. They mostly just play the live shows that they have. Yeah.
Well, Tom Petty's station, whoever's running it now, that's a great station to listen to too. If you ever come across it.
I bet. There's a lot of good ones.
Oh yeah.
I've got a buddy. I had some car issues like back in the day with at my old job. I had a buddy driving me, and he was like an older guy. He was probably like in his 50s or whatever. So he's been around, and he might be pushing 60. But he's just like, I just listen to classic radio on my Sirius all day. Like every single day is just classic rock, never anything else. Every time we got in the car, it's the same channel. I'm like, that's cool, whatever. You like what you like. He's just, he's like, I hate all the music nowadays. Just
like, give us 20 years, we'll be doing that too. I mean, our music's
I'm already doing it.
Classic.
Yeah. I'm already doing it. I'm like, the 90s music's the best music. Sorry. Like, I honestly think that. Like, I like 70s. Don't get me wrong. Like, classic rock, that's classic rock to us. I like that. But, like, give me 90s music any day. And what's becoming crazy is that's classic rock to all the freaking, like, kids nowadays.
Well, I mean,
so
you listen
weird.
to classic. I don't know if you ever listen to classic rock stations where you're at, but I hear on my station, I hear Guns N' Roses now. I hear Pearl Jam every
You'll
once in a
hear
while.
Alice in
Lenny
Chains.
Kravitz, Alice in Chains. They'll play
Yeah.
Nirvana every once in a while.
And what do you go to get like the Led Zeppelins then? Like, is it the oldie station now? Yeah.
I know. Like, is that the golden oldies now? I mean,
Yeah.
where do you go for that?
Where do you go for that? But then how about even older with like Little Richard and stuff like that? The classic.
There's a cool station. I'm near Western University. It's about 45 minutes away. Illinois Western Illinois.
That's where Tony went to school.
Oh, really? Over at Macomb?
I think so.
Yeah.
Tony and his wife.
There's a really cool station out of there that actually plays the old like doo-wop and all that kind of stuff.
I like that shit sometimes, man.
It's fun. Have you listened to that Arctic Outpost Radio yet?
No, I was going to the other night and I couldn't remember the damn name.
Oh, you have to listen to it. Like I said, it's different because it's like the first half of the 1900s, but it's just fun to hear something different, you know? And it's just there's some fun stuff that comes up on there. Like every once in a while, I don't know who does it around like 5 to 6 o'clock, but there's always like the Tiki Lounge. It's like just fun, like
dude,
old
I'm
Tiki
listening to it
music.
tonight, man.
It's fun. It's fun.
I'm gonna jump off camera for a second. I think I can find it exactly what I'm looking for. This record. I should have shown it like when we did the record stuff. It's a really cool records, but I'll grab it in a second. But like I started talking to Madison and educating her on where like rock and roll derived from with Robert Johnson and everything. And we pulled up old Robert Johnson, and she's just like, "Whoa, this is really weird." Like I'm like, but if you think about it, because we played Sweet Home Chicago, he was the first person to do that song.
Yeah,
and so I said, okay, we're gonna listen to his version, and then we jumped up to when Eric Clapton did at the Crossroads, one of his Crossroads festivals. I wish he did Crossroads festivals. Do he still do those or no?
I think they still happen. I don't think it's every single year though anymore.
And I'd love to go to one of those, or like a blues fest of some sort. I gotta find out when the next year or something. There's a blues fest coming to like Nashville or something. I totally want to go. But like, hell yeah, man! I'll let you know. So like I said, listen to this. Like it's the same song, but not quite. And I told her like the whole, the folklore behind how he he sold the soul to the devil so he could play guitar and be famous and stuff like that. And she said that's so weird. Like I love educating her on that kind of crap because it's like if I don't do it, nobody's going to.
No. Like Lucas and I, we watched Sound City together.
Yeah.
And I told him at one point in time, like we watched like 15 minutes of it. I was like, you can go ahead and watch it without me. He's like, no, I want to watch it with you because then you fill in the gaps of what's going on that I don't understand.
So I hope Madison gets to that point where right now she's also like, I think she tolerates it. She enjoys it, I think, a little bit. But like, I think I want her to get to the point where she's asking questions. She's like, hey, can we do this, And I've been educating her. I went deep. I educated her on Nirvana, on what happened to Kurt and everything. I let her know. And like, like, oh my gosh. And saying how like there's a possibility that Courtney maybe had something to do with it instead. I'm like, think about it. She's 12. She's gonna eventually learn. Trying to learn as best as she can from her own father.
Comfortable environment, yeah.
Exactly. And so I said, think about it. A long shotgun. How easy would that be to really try to pull the trigger on your head? Like, that'd be really hard to do, wouldn't it? Yeah. She's like, yeah. I got her just totally thinking about that. And I'm like, yeah, that would be really hard. You'd have to use your toes. And why would, if you really wanted to do it, go buy a handgun.
Well,
I mean, if you were, that's a story for another. We can do another.
That's the conspiracy ones there.
Yeah, we definitely might need to write that one down for that. But let me grab this one real quick here.
Okay.
Oh man! All right, now we have a pretty. When you guys come to Nashville to visit, we got to plan it around the weekend that of the flea market.
Okay.
The Nashville flea market is one of the biggest flea markets like in the country.
That's always fun.
But they only have them like at like once a month, and it's always like I think it's like the third week of the month or whatever.
Okay.
But like, you can find all kinds of shit there. There's some dude that's selling his whole like vinyl collection. He's got everything from Michael Jackson. He's got Michael Jackson autographs. He's got like Billy Joel, like shit,
Nice.
everything. And like he gets a little pricey, but like he'll make some deals. You start buying stuff, he'll make deals with it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this awesome quadraphonic. I bought two things from him. I bought a quadraphonic record from him. It was
Melissa's being goofy off to the side here.
Of course she is.
She's like, Nick, it has been an hour. You said 1 hour.
Oh no! I'll give it. I'll give him up. I'll give him back.
He's filling me in on the Nashville flea market. Yeah. See? Yeah. Interest peaks now.
Tell her that's heaven. That's gonna be her heaven.
In
September.
I don't know if it's gonna be open in September. Maybe it will.
Tennessee KOA.
Well, we'll have to look it up.
You're talking about coming down in September?
Yeah. We got a camper, man. We can literally go anywhere and just go, boop, here we are.
Sweet. Well, shit. That's sooner. I was thinking next year.
Oh, no. I could do something this fall. Even if it's one of the weekends that Melissa has to work, I can bring the boys down. Or not. Okay.
On the week of the flea market, everything.
Huh?
No,
I want to go back to Third Man. I want to go to this flea market he speaks of.
Dude, she's gonna not want to leave.
Going to a brewery or a distillery, which I'm sure they have plenty of those in Nashville.
They've got the Mayday, the local Mayday brewery there.
Mayday Brewery.
Small. It's small, but it's in Murfreesboro.
It's in his town, Murfreesboro.
There you go.
All right. Okay. All right.
There's a
We'll
couple
wrap
other
up here in a
national
second, Ben.
Yeah. Well, give us like 10 minutes.
Huh? So, yeah, no.
When did we start? No, we started at like 9:47-ish. So we still got time.
Yeah. You argue that one with her. He's like, technically it was like 9:47 when we started recording. We still got time. Yeah, that's no. Thanks.
Doesn't seem like an hour.
Now I get the redheaded glare.
Better you than me.
Thanks.
Man, I don't. She would love that flea market. Oh my gosh!
Oh,
you gotta go. You gotta go to peak. You gotta find out when the peak time of year is, where it's not too hot. So every vendor's there because man, there's hundreds of vendors there.
Okay.
There's a dude that sells nothing but vintage concert tees that you'll drool over. He has records too, but he has a lot of man. He had he had a classic Pearl Jam. I think it was from Versus, like early Versus days, like concert tee.
Mm-hmm.
He was wanting like $120 for it or something ridiculous. I was like,
ouch.
That's cool. But it was one I'd never seen before. It was like a weird, like mossy green color. I was like, whoa. And you could tell it was legit. He wasn't like screwing around. First of all, I want to, before I show you this record, they're not sponsored. So have you ever had like one of these?
No, I'm not a fan of the seltzers.
Have you tried one?
Melissa loves the seltzers, so
they're not bad. They're better than your normal non-alcoholic like sparkling water.
Yeah, they do taste better than the LaCroix or whatever.
I hate LaCroix. LaCroix's so awful. But I was like, I'm gonna try them out because I'm like, it's one can. Like, what can I? I said, hey, if they want to sponsor, so I'll remove my fingers. I'll support them completely because I mean the strawberry one is pretty tasty. It's not like overwhelming, but it is. And then I'll show you another thing that is awesome. That's it is a sparkling water that's no alcohol. Just recently found these. They've been around for a while. They've had other styles of sparkling water, but I always thought they were like high in sugar and shit, and they turned out not to be. There's like they're keto friendly, like across the board.
Really?
Yeah. And this one I just found they have.
The sparkling ice. They have
this has caffeine, added caffeine.
Huh?
It's not bad. Dude, 5 calories for the whole can.
Nice.
And 0 carbs, 0 sodium. zero sugar. It's got the fake sugar in it, but fake sugar is better than real. So I mean, they both suck. But if
Yes.
you're gonna deal with one, just
Avoid
deal
it
with-
at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. But like, man, I was like shocked. I'm like, okay, I've become like a pop head, so I've been like wanting to like find something that will help wean me off of like soda.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, this is perfect. And like, I don't have to spend a bunch of money on those monster low calorie or no calorie ones because those are nickel and dime you to death because they're like $2-3 a piece. These are like a buck a piece, and you know you can at least get your. They're flavorful. They're more flavorful than than any of the sparkling waters I've ever had. All the sparkling water ones. If you have a Kroger, go to Kroger. That's the only place I've seen the caffeine ones.
Okay.
They're usually in like a little reach-in cooler. So I'm like, okay, this will be perfect for my, you know, my fiend of caffeine, like and nasty sugar and whatever. All right, so at this flea market, the reason I brought up the flea market was the dude that was selling his collection. He's got more of these in different years, but
That's cool.
So what this is, it's got a lot of hits. It's got a couple of hits, got a couple like not so big hits, but there's like, I mean, you can look on the back like here. Where's there?
Oh, okay.
Cherries at the top, the platters. So I mean, they have like some name brand like singers on their groups and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's set up, dude, like a radio station though. They
I
have
was like, every screen there's like
they have little
really?
commercial. They have like a little DJ and everything. It's awesome, man. It's like you just play it and it's like you're listening to like the old like you were back in 1956.
I'm gonna have to check those out.
It's pretty sweet, dude. I would look at this like cruising. They had all kinds of years. I thought we had two, but I guess we only had one from '56. Because like I think he was. How much he want for it? I think he was asking kind of a chunk of change for it. He wanted like $10, I think. But we bought a bunch of stuff, and he kind of
eBay. It's going for $10.
Okay. And they came out in 2000. Well, see, that's weird. Originally, it looks like they came out in 1970 on Increase Records, and then they it looked like it might have been an INCM re-released in 2001.
Yeah, I'll have to check those out.
Dude, they're so cool, man. This one actually has Tutti Frutti on it. Little Richard, rest in peace. Yeah, then there's a Sunday Show promo, and the Merchant's Green stamp commercial. The WKMH jingle. There's a Budweiser commercial on here too.
That's cool. I'll check those
Freaking
out.
rad, man. And then the back it has like it just talks about like some of the talks about like the DJ from where let's see. Someplace in Dearborn. WKMH is Dearborn, Michigan. It's just really cool. I gotta pull it. The X wants it, but I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna have to just put it on once I get my. I'm trying to debate whether I want to buy a new stylus before I play another record on there.
I know you're saying they're kind of shot.
I just don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if it's quality enough. I don't want to have it do any more damage if it's already doing damage.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm trying to debate. I want to replace it with one that's a little bit better, but they're hard to find of that style that I have. So I might just have to bite the bullet and just get the same thing. It sounds all right. I'd like to maybe have a little bit, spend like $10-20 extra to have a little bit better quality.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting the sign now. It's been 6 minutes since we
You got the light.
6 more
You got the
minutes.
flashing light.
Yes.
Well, that's all right. We'll maybe in the next like couple of days we'll have another one or something.
Yeah,
Chris
hopefully.
said maybe in the next couple of days we might go do it.
Yeah,
So-
hopefully he can. That'd be nice. It'd be really nice.
It would be. All right, man. Well, hey,
All right.
this has been Nick and Sean on the Way of the Bear. Thanks for listening. Like,
Thank you.
subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment if you need to. Positive or negative, I don't care. Tell us what we're doing wrong or tell us we're awesome. I don't care.
You guys suck, but we love you.
I'm going to look into like promoting the channel more, like actually paying for like promotion to
Okay.
hopefully get it out there more and maybe we can get some more subscriptions. 'Cause
Okay.
We're
Well,
pretty low
talk
on
about
those.
that.
Yeah, so
Sounds
we
good.
definitely need to work on that. But thank you for listening, whoever is listening. So we appreciate your support. So
Yes, thank
all right,
you.
guys, have a good night. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah.